What is good, everybody? It is your boy, Pat the Designer, back at it again. The Bears won. The Bears won, y'all. My mind's blown, but the Bears won. Listen, we're going to jump right into this. Normally, I'd play an intro or something, but we got to talk. We got to talk about what we just saw in this game. Mackie Goldie in the live, or Goodle. Sorry. I felt good. I feel good. Listen, it's okay to feel good after a win like this. It is okay to feel good after a win like this. Don't let anybody tell you it's not. But we got some concerns, ladies and gentlemen. We have got some concerns, and I'm here to talk with you and address those concerns with you. I want to know what you're concerned about, what you saw today out of that Chicago Bears offense that might have messed you up. Jackson Rosenthal, how the heck did we win that game? That's a good question. The chosen one, good win. Listen, any win is a good win. Any win is a good win. But we got some things to talk about. Let's start off with Mitchell Trubisky. Give him all the credit in the world for that fourth quarter. That man did what he had to do for the Chicago Bears to be successful in that fourth quarter. By the way, like the video if you are in here right now. Subscribe if this is your first time to the channel. We do talk Chicago sports weekly. We will be doing a weekly post-game breakdown. That man deserves everything he got. That man deserves every bit of... What's the right word I'm looking for here? Accolade? Accolade, is that the word? He deserves every bit of it that he's going to receive. But not a good game from Mitch. Very good ending, not a good game. Let's start with Mitch. And I'm here to talk to the Trubisky truthers. If you're out there, I'm here to talk to you. Because it was not a good game. It was not a good showing for the offense. And it was not Mitch alone. The play calling was also bad in a lot of situations. The receivers dropped very key passes that keep drives going in a lot of situations. But Mitchell Trubisky still on third down plays, time and time again, overthrowing or throwing behind his receivers. Overthrowing or throwing behind his receivers. Not good. Not good. But when it mattered, he got the job done. You got to give him credit for that. But we got to talk about the whole game. We got to talk about quarters 1 through 3 and all the way up to that last, what was that, 7 minutes, 8 minutes in the fourth? We got to talk about that. Let's see what you guys are saying. James McClendon, appreciate you for joining the live, bro. Trubisky has not changed. His progressions are still questionable. But I agree with you. His progressions are questionable. But it was good to see Mitch with time going through his progressions, trying to find the right guy. The thing I want Mitch to do more often than not is if that guy is not there, you need to make the decision to throw the ball away or take off. You have to make that decision quickly because there are about, I don't even know if they were sacks. They were plays that should have been sacks. There were about 3 or 4 of those that should have been sacks. And he just ended up getting the ball out at the last minute. You got to make that decision quicker, Mitch. You got to make that decision quicker. And I fully plan. Look, Mitch messed up the plan. Y'all don't even know. I fully plan to come in here and eviscerate Buddy. But not just him. Not just him. The defense. Hey, look, defense, I got some questions. I understand. Mitch is terrible. You get sick of seeing him go out there. I understand that. We do too. I understand that you're gassed from being on the field all day. But let's be honest. We just got a gift for game 1. We just got a gift. Detroit just wrapped us a nice little present, said, here's that W you've been asking for since 2013. Because that was the first game that the Chicago Bears won. The first season opener the Bears have won since 2013, ladies and gentlemen. Since 2013. These Chicago Bears did not look good today, but they got the job done. They got a W. That looks good. It doesn't matter how you look in the standings as long as it's a W. But this team did not look good today. If you're in the live right now, please like the video. Please subscribe to the page. We do talk Chicago sports weekly. Hey, somebody in the live said Bear Don. I need a Bear Don from everybody in the live right now. Bear down from everybody in the live right now. If you're in the live and you're a Bears fan, bear down from everybody in the live right now. Whenever somebody says a bear down, I need a bear down from everybody in here. We'll be doing this every week. Like the video, subscribe to the page. We'll be in here weekly. Who we got right here? Jackson Rosenthal again. Mitch was great in the fourth, but yeah, it was questionable the whole game overall at best. Yeah, very questionable. Very questionable. James McClendon. Accuracy is terrible. Javon Holmes. What a game, but Mitch needs to get the accuracy under control. His accuracy was horrible. His accuracy was horrible. And we need to figure out what it is between here, because it's here. It's here. Ladies and gentlemen, we saw it today, and we've seen in the past. Mitch can make every throw. That pass to Anthony Miller, a dot. A dot. That pass to Anthony Miller, a dot. Mitch can make these throws. It's here. It's right here for him. Is this the game that breaks him out of it? Because listen, I said in a previous video, by the way, check that out. Check out all our content. We got a ton of Bears content on this page. I said in a previous video, the last video, key reasons why they chose Mitch to be the starter. This is a game to build your confidence. This is a game Matt Nagy thought Mitch was going to walk into and dominate. I know he did. He thought he was going to dominate. Mitch looked bad, but at the end of the game, there's no bigger confidence than right here. There's no bigger confidence builder than leading your team back in the fourth quarter. He's got to figure it out 1 through 3. It's right here. It's up here. It's up here. I was so pissed off the whole game. I was pissed off the whole game. Sam M56. Defense needs to get to the quarterback quicker. Absolutely. Excuse me. That wasn't Rona. Defense needs to get to the quarterback quicker. Absolutely. The defense was not good. We're not leaving the defense out of here. But I'm less concerned about the defense because, one, there were a few key pieces missing, and one of your biggest pieces that continuously got attacked is a rookie. By the way, Jalen Johnson got trucked. We all saw it. We all know what happened. But he made a big play at the end of the game for us and should have been able to come up with an interception on that same drive. That kid's going to be special. That kid's going to be special. That kid is going to be special. Seeing a lot of bear downs in the live. I love it. I got that from Pat McAfee. He always says it like that. Bear down. I love that. This team has to be better. Malguli, after streaming that game, I will say this is my biggest concern with the defense is running up the middle. AP was running today. Yeah. Adrian Peterson still got the formula for us. And listen, it was a tough day running for everybody that the Bears were going against. Every running back there looked like a superstar against us today. That's concerning, especially with a healthy Akeem Hicks back there. Especially with, we know we had a gimpy Khalil Mack. By the way, a lot of holdings on Khalil Mack that weren't called out there. But we know we had a gimpy Khalil Mack. But you got to be better. This defense as a whole has to be better. That pass game in the middle of the field, Roquan, Danny, where were you guys at? That was horrible in the middle of the field today. That was horrible in the middle of the field today. Now, and big shout out to Jay in the live. Appreciate you for joining. Yeah, Robert Quinn not there. That makes a difference. That definitely makes a difference. Because if you had all three of them going after that rookie, it might be a big difference. If you're in the live right now, like the video. Big difference. Very big difference. But they got to be better. Matt Stafford picked us apart. Matt Stafford led a game-winning drive. Matt Stafford led a game-winning drive, if not for a rookie who can't pull it in. We should have lost. We didn't. And that's the biggest difference in the NFL. Because how many games last season could we have said we should have lost and we won? And how many games last season could we have said we should have won and we lost? That's the biggest difference in the NFL. We should have lost, but we won. Today, we won. That's not going to be good going forward. And I'm not a believer in this Detroit team either. You got to understand, this Detroit team, the truthers are high. Any Trubisky truthers in here right now? Any truthers in here? If there are, hey, rep your man. Rep your mans. But Mr. Trubisky dominated a team that had 2 cornerbacks left. And I actually think they only had one, and they had a safety in there that was playing cornerback. I'm here for the truthers. I'm glad we won. I want to support Mitch. I want Mitch to do well. I don't like mugs that come out and say, "Oh, he's terrible. You shouldn't just root for him. We got to get him out of that." Look, I don't think he's our long-term answer either. I don't think he's good. But today, when it mattered, he was good. And I want him to do well. I was cheering for him when he was doing well. But he was not good. This offense was not good. AD in the live, Mr. Two Letters from the 100 Years Podcast. Hurry up offense all day for Mitch. You can't do that all game. You can't run the hurry up all game. You'll kill your team. You'll kill your team. You can't run that hurry up all game. Adrian Vera, Bears, baby. We did it. Trubisky looked great. Should have won by 14. I don't know about that. I don't know about great. I will say, early in the game, the drives looked okay. He wasn't able to cross the goal line, though. That's the biggest thing. He wasn't able to cross the goal line. I like Matt Nagy's play calling overall, making sure. I mean, listen, if anything, I would say we saw an improved Matt Nagy today. We saw an improved Matt Nagy today because the score was 23-6, and he continued to run the ball. He continued to run the ball. He said, we're not going to just scrap our game plan because we're down big right now. There's a lot of time left. Let's continue to run this ball. That's what I want to see from Matt. Follow your game plan. Trust your players. David Montgomery looked amazing when you gave him the opportunities. Now, was it big runs? No, it wasn't. But you didn't get him here for the 50, 60-yard runs at one time. You got him here to ground and pound it. He pounded that Detroit front. He pounded them. Cordero Patterson in the run game. Cordero Patterson is the best Bear of the day. Cordero Patterson is the best Bear of the day. I'm sorry. True looks great, but for an entire day, Cordero Patterson, you get my vote. I like a lot of what I see on this team, but I need to see more of it. I like a lot of what we saw on this team, but I need to see more of it. And I need to see it more consistently and then just the fourth quarter. Listen, defense, you got to be excited to play this game than more than just the fourth quarter. When your offense is doing well. And I give the defense credit. They tried their best, and they were gassed. But they looked bad. Special teams was just Cordero Patterson. That's it. Dwayne Smith in the live was good, bro. Dwayne always showing support. Man, that game had me shaking, bro. They was lights out second half. Let's not say second half. Let's say fourth quarter. Let's call it what it is. Let's not say second half. Tana so lit. Jalen Johnson played like a vet in the crunch time today. I agree. Listen, the worst play from Jalen Johnson today was him getting trucked. That was a bad play. But listen, it was a bad play for Chicago corners as a whole because AP put Kyle Fuller down like a bad dog. AP put him down. We have to be better more consistently. It can't just be these fourth quarters. And by the way, we also are going up a team that literally led the league in giving up fourth quarter comebacks last season. A team that has not changed. It can't just be the fourth quarter. You will not win games like that going through this entire season. You won't play the Detroit Lions every week. I'm sorry. You just won't. But now let's look at the good. If you're in the live right now, like the video, subscribe to the page. Let's look at the good. I'm not here to bash Trubisky after a win, although that's kind of what I've done. Let's look at the good. Mitch was good in the fourth. Mitch was great in the fourth. Mitch almost played like he was supposed to be drafted as the number 2 pick in the fourth. He was outstanding. His passes were online. He was finding his receivers. He was dotting up. I mean, he put passes in spots where nobody else could get them. And listen, Mitch didn't have a lot of help all game. I'm not going to lie to you. A-Rob was the biggest help he had all game. I understand there was some deficiencies in there, but Mitch got the job done. Give him credit where credit is due. Mitch got the job done. Anthony Miller looks like if he's healthy, he is going to be the steal of that draft. Come on now. And Darnell Mooney? Wasn't that his name? The rookie? Darnell Mooney? Let me double check names here. That boy. Woo! There goes that man. Yeah, Mooney, bro. Mooney. We got another receiver with Mooney. I like that. I like seeing him. And I loved what the Bears did in this game with the running back by committee. I love that. That running back by committee works well. This team did enough to win the game in the fourth quarter. Now my question to you, the people in the live, the fans, who I appreciate for joining. My question to you. Which Mitch are we going to see moving forward? Because I think Mitch added a few weeks onto his, we're probably going to bench this guy for Nick Foles. Oh, how many of you were ready to bench him by halftime? I was. But I think Mitch has earned a few weeks. Is this the Mitch we're going to see going forward? Are we going to see Maserati Mitch, as Ringo would call him, going forward? Or are we going to see more of the same? A quarterback who through the first 3 quarters and most of the fourth can't figure out how to hit his receivers in the hands. There's a lot of big questions. There's a lot of big questions with this team, and I don't feel that any of them were answered today. I talked about coming into this game, we were going to see a lot of answers. I don't feel any of the questions that we had were answered today. If you're new to the channel, please like the video. Please subscribe to the page. We do talk Chicago sports weekly. We don't want you to miss a thing. Hit that bell. AD, this game is good to build off of. I agree. Clutch bang strap. I'm happy that Detroit only got up 23. That means our defense is still decent. Yeah, I said before the season started, the best thing the offense can do is put up 24 points a game. I mean, you look at it. This defense was bad today. This defense was bad. They gave up 23. A bad day for the Chicago Bears defense. They gave up 23. That's big. That tells you if this team is on, if this team is hitting at all cylinders, which they will at some point this season defensively, that there's going to be that opportunity. There's going to be that opportunity for the Bears to be successful defensively where they're holding teams to 3 points a game. But the question is this going to be the Mitchell Trubisky that we get throughout the season? Or are we going to see Mitch from the first 3 quarters? That's a big question right now. HW. I got no idea, to be honest. Mitch has to be consistent. We won't see that until the Falcons and Colts game. Yeah. Absolutely. Mitchell Trubisky is going to have to be the team. I'm sorry. We're in year 4 of Mitch, year 3 officially, playing wise, that we give him, you know, because Matt Nagy came in, started morphing him into his idea of a quarterback. So is Mitch gonna be the guy that can take this team to the next level? Because listen, if Mitch puts up 24, if Mitch and this offense could put up 24 points a game, one, the defense isn't gassed. The defense isn't gassed in that situation. And so you've got a defense that's rested, that's looking to attack the quarterback every play. Hopefully you've got a healthy Robert Quinn next week. You got a defense that's putting you in positions to be great. And listen, at the end of the day, who came up big? The defense. Kyle Fuller, play of the game with that pick. Eddie Jackson really gets the play of the game for tipping it up. There's talent on this team, ladies and gentlemen. But the question is, will Mitch Trubisky be able to get this team into position to use that talent? This season all rests on his shoulders. By the way, offensive line, not a bad job throughout the entire day. Not a bad job. I'm not going to say great. I'm not going to say that they did great things for Mitch, but you gave Mitch time, and for the most part, Mitch was able to do what he needed to do. The offensive line looks greatly improved. And listen, this is the first game of the season. Will Mitchell Trubisky be able to continue what he was able to do in that fourth quarter moving forward? That's the question you got to ask. That's the question you got to ask. This team can do it. All the national pundits are going to look at this game and say, yeah, well, look at Mitch the first 3 quarters. I agree with you. I don't think Mitch is our answer long term. But this team, if Mitchell Trubisky can be average, can do it. This team, this defense as a whole can do it. Rested. Did you see that defense on that last drive? Did you guys see that defense on that last drive? Horrible. Horrible. Gassed. Akeem Hicks trying to figure out where the oxygen went. Jalen Johnson trying to figure out, get used to an NFL field. He's dying. Eddie Jackson standing in the back. Breathing was a struggle. Khalil Mack, hands on hips. They were gassed. This offense holds the key to this entire team. And if they can just be average, 24 points a game, it can change so many things for the Bears. It can change so many things for the Bears. Let's take a look at the comments real quick. ATF All Times Flat, a.k.a. Chief. That's a long name, bro. I'm not saying all that. The Bears. The Bears. Manuel Rodriguez only saw first quarter. The defense looked weak to me. This season is going to be a waste of time. Yeah, listen, I said all live. The defense did not look good, but you still only gave up 23 looking at your worst. And listen, this is the first game of a season that literally you had no preseason. You had no training camp. You're just trying to figure it out. First game. There's a lot to improve upon here. There's a lot to improve upon here. Clutch bang strip. Does this game say more about the Lions or more about the Bears? That's an excellent question to ask, bro. Shout out Clutch for the top question of the day. That's an excellent question to ask. That is an excellent question to ask because you look at this Detroit Lions team and see that they did a lot of the same things they did last season. The new and improved Detroit Lions team with Matthew Stafford, by the way, who threw 1 touchdown, 1 interception. That was your big piece, right? That was the piece that was missing. Threw 1 touchdown, 1 interception. You have to ask yourself, does this say more about the Lions or about the Bears? Is this who the Bears are moving forward? Let's hope so. Let's hope this fourth quarter was who the Bears are moving forward and not the first 3. Maybe it just took them a while to get it. Listen, I'm not saying I'm optimistic, but I think that this Bears team is good enough that if the offense can put up, heck, if the offense can put up 18 and the defense pretty much gives you a touchdown, this Bears team will win a lot more games than they lose. This Bears team will win a lot more games than they lose. Baki and Alive, what's good, P1? Manuel Ramirez, Danny Amendola was on one. Yeah, he was. Danny Amendola came out like it was back in the day when he was young. He's not a kid anymore. If you're in the live right now, please like the video. Please subscribe to the page. We talk Chicago Sports Weekly. Danny Amendola was a problem. The middle of that defense was horrible. Got to be better. You have to be better. If the Chicago Bears want to have a winning season this year, a playoff season, you have to be better. They looked horrible for all of 3.5 quarters. But you came out with a win. You came out with a win. That's the important thing. You came out with a win. They looked bad. This team did not look good. This is a game that I come out of feeling good because we won. This is not a game I come out of feeling good because of what I saw on the field. And you hate to say it like that, but that's really what it comes down to. I didn't come out of this game feeling good. I didn't come out of this game feeling like Mitchell Trubisky's the starting quarterback of the next 5 years, 10 years. I didn't come out of this game feeling like this offense is going to put up 400 yards a game. I didn't come out of this game feeling like this defense is going to be the most dominant defense in the NFL like I did coming into this season. The only thing I came out of this game confident in is that Cordero Patterson will do whatever you need him to do, and he'll try to do it well. That's the only thing I came out of this game feeling. Got about 4 minutes left in the live. Ask any questions you want. Throw a bear down in the live. Throw a bear down in the live if you're in here right now. How do you feel about the Chicago Bears moving forward? How do you guys feel about the Chicago Bears going into next week? How do you feel about Mitchell Trubisky going in through the rest of this season? I want to know your opinions. I want to know your opinions. Bears versus Giants next week, a very winnable game. A very winnable game. How will these Chicago Bears look next season? Let's see where these comments go. Dwayne Smith. Danny was trash today. Shouldn't have let Nick go. Smith looks way better with him. Listen, Danny Trevathan's the better athlete. Danny Trevathan definitely did not look very good today, but I said I'm going to stick with my pick. I would have rather had Danny Trevathan because I think that the ceiling is higher. Listen, on Madden, to me, let's break it down from a Madden perspective. Danny Trevathan's a star. He's silver. Nick Kwiatkowski, he's bronze, but a high bronze. He's like an 86 bronze, but it's going to be tough to get him above that. So I'm glad they had Danny. Danny's got to be better. This entire defense has to be better. And listen, there's dogs on this team. You think they don't know that? You think they don't know that? This team's going to get better. This defense is going to get better. The defense doesn't concern me as much. How much time they spent on the field does. Baki in the live. Do you start Nick Foles next week? No. You can't. See if Mitch can build off of it. If nothing else, you got to see, right? You got to see if Mitchell Trubisky can build off of what he did in this game. You got to see if Mitchell Trubisky can play like he did in that fourth quarter the rest of the season. And listen, if Mitch comes out next week and he shows that, hey, I got it. I figured it out. I figured out what it was. I figured out why I was behind on my receivers. We got it together. It was just because it was that first game. We got it together. We're going to do this. Roll with Mitch. Do I believe in Mitch? No. I don't. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you because he had a good game. I don't believe in Mitch at all. But if Mitch can believe in Mitch, I'm going to root for him. If Mitch can make those plays, I'm going to root for him. I'm going to still cheer for him. I was clapping it up. I was sitting there, come on, Mitch. Man, prove me wrong. Please, God, prove me wrong. See a lot of bear downs in the live. Got a Adrian Vera, Patterson Nation all day. Roll Arsenal. Shout out to you for joining the live, bro. Stay healthy. Don't think Foles can be any better. Stick with Mitch. It's tough. It's tough because here's the thing. There was a lot of plays where Mitch was behind his receivers. I don't think Foles is behind Dinos. There's also, I'd say about 5 good plays that definitely keep drives going that receivers dropped. Jimmy Graham, I don't know what he was doing early in the game. He couldn't time his jumps at all. And then Allen Robinson missed 2 big ones in a row to me. The first one in that I believe it was second quarter when they pretty much sent a all-out blitz at Mitch. He had A-Rob one-on-one on the outside. Mitch put that thing up there towards the end zone. If A-Rob's running full speed, he's able to catch that. He was not. He did not catch it. And then the very next play was when Mitch throws into a fairly covered A-Rob, but it hit him in both hands, and he dropped it. So I think there's some plays where receivers just didn't make it. There's some plays where receivers didn't make it. So I don't think that changes things if Nick Foles is in there. I don't think that changes if Nick Foles is in there. In fact, I think you got to look at it that Mitch kept a lot of plays alive with his feet that shouldn't have been kept alive. But at the same time, he took a lot of sacks. Or, well, not sacks. He took a lot of potential sacks that he ended up just barely getting the ball away on. And his decision-making was bad. Down in the end zone, that throw to Montgomery, bad. Should have been an interception going the other way. Should have been game. Bad. But he got it done when he needed to get it done. Jordan Clemens in the live. First off, we got Ted Gazarowski. Bear down to you too, sir. Jordan Clemens, this tight end needs to feast more. Kmet needs to be a bigger part of the offense, and the defense seems to be less aggressive under Pagano versus Fangio. Your thoughts? Is the defense less aggressive? I would say Fangio probably blitzes more. I think Fangio didn't have not having Robert Quinn definitely affected things, and not getting holding calls on Khalil Mack and Akeem Hicks throughout the entire game definitely affected things. By the way, refs were horrible today. I mean, they couldn't blow the whistle on time. They couldn't on both sides. Refs for Detroit were horrible too, and for the Bears. They were just bad today. And on top of that, we had Dick Stockton calling the game. Somebody get him out of there. What else did you ask? Do the tight ends need to be a bigger part? I think so. Listen, you got 2 big tight ends there, and you got 2 opportunities in the red zone that you ended up kicking field goals at. You got to have those guys just play basketball. Just post up and be big. I want to see Kmet post up and be big. I want to see Mitch not put him in a situation where he's going to get his head taken off. But I want to see Kmet post up and be big. I want to see Jimmy Graham do the same thing for sure. Dwayne Smith, bear down in the live, bear down. Christopher Newman, he needs to move the ball down the field and he needs to capitalize on red zone more. Absolutely. And that's on Nagy too. Nagy called some plays that head scratchers. We need to be moving the ball down the field. He's throwing it to a lateral to the side. Bad. Just this. You can't do that. If you're in the live right now, please like the video, subscribe to the page. We talk Chicago Sports Weekly. You can't do that. You just can't do that. Clutch Bang Strip. Are you more confident that this game is an anomaly, or do you think there's a significant amount of things we can expect to see more of moving forward? I don't think this game is an anomaly maybe I do. I was going to say on the defensive side, but I think this defense will play. So maybe, yeah, let's say yes. I think this defense will play better. I think the defense looked horrible. I think this defense will play better. I think they were out there for a long time, and it's predicated a lot on the offense. I'm going to say this offense should play better because I think Mitch saw a lot of things. Listen, Mitch looked calm all day. He looked like he kind of knew where things were going. He was just making the pass too late, or he was throwing it behind his receivers. So I'm gonna say that this game was an anomaly. We're gonna see better and not dominant, but more consistent. I think this was game 1. This was basically game 1 of preseason. There was no preseason. There was really no training camp. This is game 1. And we saw from Mitch today very bad and then very great. I think you're gonna hopefully find yourself somewhere in the middle. Row Arsenal, Ted Ginn and Patterson as a return package. Ted Ginn ain't going for that though. Ted Ginn say, hey, I'm a receiver and I'm a receiver only. Let Tariq stay on the punt. Cordero, absolutely, but let Tariq stay on the punt. I like Tariq made some bad decisions on the special teams too, but I like the burst ability that he has coming out of there. Lil Fat the Hunter. What that say? Little Thought Hunter. All right, cool. Lions choked, absolutely. James McClinton. Yeah, he agrees. It's Nagy or Mitch. That's really the question we got, right? That's really the question we got. Is it Nagy or is it Mitchell Trubisky? That's the biggest question we got right now. And maybe they can figure it out together. I think I saw a lot better play calling today out of Matt Nagy than I did play out of Trubisky. So to me, it's Trubisky. But we'll see moving forward. Alberto Perez, Lions made Mitch look great, bro. They killed it for themselves. Absolutely. Shot themselves in the foot. Ted, James McClendon. Oh, that's what I was thinking. Didn't start using tight end until late in the game. Yeah, you got to use tight end earlier than that. I think you got to get them more involved, especially. And listen, like they were saying with older players in the talking about AP, you got to keep them involved to keep them interested in the game. When Jimmy Graham got involved, he seemed to be able to find his way. Lions made Mitch look great. They killed themselves. Yeah, they did for sure. Alberto Perez, Nagy is trash. Nagy needs to press X and ask Madden to play every time. Listen, Nagy called a lot of good plays today. I can't be mad at Matt. Nagy called a lot of good plays today. Mitch didn't execute on a lot of them. The receivers didn't catch the balls on a lot of them. Now, were there some bad play calls? Yeah, for sure. But there's going to be bad play calls from every coach in every game. The thing is minimalizing those. And the difference is when you look at it, Andy Reid. Listen, Andy Reid has some bad play calls. Horrible. You know what the difference is? Pat Mahomes makes them work. Tyreek Hill turns a 2-yard gain into a 50-yard gain. That's the difference. You got to have your players make it work for you. Over 50 people in the chat right now. Oh, that's Beto? Boy, your name is Alberto. Shout out Beto in the live, man. I didn't know your name was Alberto. Christy in the live. What's good, fam? I don't know. All right, shout out to Beto. I appreciate everybody for joining the live, man. If you're in the live, like the video, subscribe to the page. We do talk Chicago sports weekly. We will be doing a post-game show after every Bears game, hopefully this season. I say that because you never know with how everything is going with the virus and, you know, how games are going to go. So hopefully we have a full season. Hopefully we're able to get every Bears game in. Make sure y'all like the video. Make sure that y'all join the page, join the team. We post Chicago sports literally weekly, like every other day. We try to get something up. Bulls, Bears. Try to get some White Sox in there, some Cubs in there. I'm not a Cubs fan, but I try to throw some Cubs in there as well. I really appreciate everybody for coming through, man. I really appreciate everybody for showing love. I am going to get up out of here. It is your boy, Pat the Designer, back at it again. Y'all stay safe out there.